Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So I have my weekly layout that I did yesterday, and I'll drop that card in, but I did flip-flop these 2 pages, and here is my weekly spread. Let's start by fixing the calendar. Apparently, Wednesday there is also a soccer game, and I missed it because it was later in the evening and I didn't look that far in my calendar. I just looked across the day. So we have a later game on Wednesday and it's away. So I'm kind of glad it's later so that I can not have to rush out of work. I will have to be in the office that day. And then we did add a tutoring appointment for my daughter, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in on Thursday. And I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, so the reason why there are some things that are set off to the side, so as you can see below tutoring, it says soccer. That is because one of my kids has to be somewhere, but I don't necessarily have to be involved in that. So I like to have it on my calendar to make sure they get to where they need to be, but I don't actually have to be the one that is driving them. So then I'm going to jump back over to my sidebar, write in the errands that I need to do this week. The number one priority is getting the Old Navy returns dropped off. I did go ahead and file the returns, but I've been sick, so I have tried not to leave the house. We have some donations. I need to give some books to my mom, a sweatshirt to a friend of mine, just a few here and there things that are starting to pile up that I want to get taken care of. And the last video, I did say there aren't enough lines to do a weekly menu, and there are. So I miscounted, so I apologize, but I am going to go ahead and pull one of these boxes so that I can put my meal planning down as well. So there's actually 7 lines and an extra, which works out perfectly for me. So I'll get this lined up with the ones below it. I also dropped in some smaller stickers so that I can use those as headers. And I'll just write dinner in the top and errands in the bottom. And then I'll plan out my meals. So I've already gone to the grocery store and I know what I have in the fridge. Now it's just a matter of shuffling things around so that we don't eat similar meals back to back nights. So Monday, I'm starting off with Italian beef. I need to go down and get that started. That way, anybody who's home can eat during the soccer game. And then those of us who go to the soccer game can eat later. And I think my son is staying for the girls' game after his, so then he can still eat when he gets home. So it's a good meal for those nights where you have to spread everything out. And I will shuffle a few things around here and there, but the final menu for the week is Monday, Italian beef, Tuesday, chicken enchiladas. And again, that's something that I can make. And I'm guessing my daughter won't go to the game, and I don't know if my husband will go to the game, but somebody can put that in the oven. And when we get home from the game, we can eat, but it's still something that will be either reheatable or warm when my son gets home. Wednesday, steak sandwiches, and that one will be a little tricky. I'm guessing I'll just make it, and the 3 of us will eat before I go to the game, so we'll have to see. Thursday, I think we're all gonna be home, so we'll have wings that night. Friday, we're gonna have chicken tortilla soup. My mother-in-law will be here, so I think that'll be a good hearty meal for all of us. Saturday, we may end up having a house full. We'll have to see who comes for soccer games. But Saturday we'll do pulled pork, and then Sunday we'll do porky mac and cheese with the leftover pulled pork. Now, hopefully, I actually stick to this plan. I am sick of eating fast food or random meals, and this way there'll be leftovers for me to take to work the days that I need to go to work. I am going to fill in that white space in the sidebar. I'm just looking for a sticker. So I'm going to use this coffee cup, and I think it's crooked, but I'm just going to go with the flow today. And now that I have my weekly spread cleaned up and ready to go, I can look at planning out my tasks for the week. So the first thing that I will do is grab my planner and review what did and did not get done last week. I was still sick last week. I still feel a little weird and not completely 100%, but I am on the mend. That being said, I did not get very much done last week. I don't think I closed my rings a single time last week, which is okay. I did a lot of sleeping. I did weigh in. I did do my comments and admin. I didn't do any Instagram. I did finish the weekly number 2 from last week. I got started on the October monthly, and then I'll just flip through and see what else I got completed. I did the HB90 number 1. I started HB90 number 2, and eventually I will put the video from yesterday in the completed pages as well. But let's go ahead and start laying out this week. I will put a weigh-in post-it over. I moved the driveway maintenance over already. I will move the close my rings post-it note over. Hopefully I can start closing my rings. Again, I am feeling better, but I don't know if I have enough energy to close my rings. I also want to call somebody about fixing our back door. And then hopefully I can clean the siding this week. And then the exterior paint, I'm just going to put back in the notebook because I know I'm not going to be able to get that done with company. So let's move over the items from last week that I am going to do this week. There's that one that I completed already that needs to get moved over. So I will mark off the scripting, videoing, editing, scheduling, and the watch and like. And then I will move over the tasks for this week. So there is a weekly number 1 and number 2 for next week. I also need to do the October monthly. And then I'm also going to move over to the video that I'm working on right now. And then I also want to make sure I get done the HB90 number 2 and number 3. I have been thinking through those, but I just haven't had the energy to actually sit down and do my goal planning and my project planning. I do enjoy physically moving the post-it notes, so I will continue to do that in the next quarter. The key point to the Post-it notes is they have to be the super sticky Post-it note brand Post-its if you're going to be moving them around as much as I do. And once I squish them in my planner or back in my HB90 notebook, they do tend to stick even better. And they do stop curling up like that once you have your planner or your notebook shut for a while. I think that I have my week fairly planned out. This task prep for October is really part of the HB90 number 3, so I will just get rid of that post-it note. And then I have a few last post-it notes for the quarter, and I had written out a couple for October already, so all is on track there. And now I'm just redating the videos that I want to go up in the next week or two because I was sick. I didn't get some of the videos out that I had wanted to, so I will just redate these and move forward. I have already adjusted my content calendar in Notion to reflect these changes as well. So now my task sheet from last week is empty and dealt with, and we can move on to this week. So the next thing that I like to do is take all my post-it notes for making all the plans and write them into my project list. So I will just go through and write all of the post-its in order of when I want them to go up. I am using my Uniball Zinto pen. They are my favorite right now. So I don't really care if this part is erasable. That's why I just go ahead and use this pen. So again, chronological order of when they're going to go live on YouTube. And then below that, I'll just skip a line and put in the items that are more either Instagram or admin related. Then I will white out those headers at the top and write in Monday through Sunday and then Monday through Friday of next week because that's as far as there are boxes. And that's not really what this is meant for, but I'm not great at estimating time and all of that. So my goal is this week to go through and actually track the amount of time I spend each day on a video, but I'm going to highlight each box where I want the video to go live. And I do have a lot of videos that I want to put up, so if I don't get them all done, then I don't get them all done. But I like to over plan so that if I do have the time to put out all these videos, then I can. There is really a lot that we can do together, especially since it's the end of the quarter. So let's try and get as many done as we can. Now I'm going to use the light pink highlighter and highlight when I'm planning on working on videos. And in a minute, you'll see that this is going to be a little tricky this week, but we're going to try and get things done either in the morning before work or after soccer games. So I'm just going through and highlighting when I think I'll be able to work on these. And this is just without looking at the calendar. I probably could have the calendar out right now, but this is just kind of roughly planning out the week. So I did flip-flop the tasks page and the task list page, and here is why. Now I can have the task list out as well as my calendar spread. And I got sick of flipping back and forth because that task list used to be on the back of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday page, and I just got sick of flipping back and forth. So I did flip-flop those two pages. So I'm going to go ahead and put some headers in here for making all the plans. I may come back later and drop in some home tasks, but we do have the house completely clean as of this moment, so we don't have a ton to do this week, which is refreshing. So anywhere there is a light pink highlight, I am just writing that on the day that it corresponds with. So Monday, I'm working on 2 videos and also doing my comments and admin for YouTube. And then Tuesday, again, there's 2 videos I want to work on. One is going live, and then I would like to try to put up an Instagram post. So I'll just work through this. But now I'm realizing how rough Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be, but I'm still going to try and get these things completed. I just will have to work a little bit longer and sleep a little bit less the first 3 days of the week, which kind of stinks because I am still recovering from being sick, but I really want to get some of these videos out to you. So Thursday, no soccer, and my daughter does have tutoring, which it shouldn't be a big deal, but hopefully Thursday I can get some more done. So there were some things scheduled on Friday that I pushed forward to Thursday since we will have company this weekend. And then Friday and Saturday, I'll need to keep light. So I am shifting things around just a little bit, and my highlighters are erasable, so I could go back and erase and move those, but I don't usually go back to the sheet with the highlights on it too frequently. The trick is this week I'm really going to try and track my time over there. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And then Sunday, I'm just writing in the few things that I would like to get done those days. But today is Monday. Let's see how much we can get accomplished. I hope that everybody has a great start to their week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!